Good morning, boys and girls, and moms and dads. We're so excited to have you here at our first Sprouts and Seedlings. We're going to do lots of fun things today. I'm going to start by reading a story about a garden. And you know what? The garden is having a birthday party. So the name of my book is Thank You Garden, and it's written by Liz Garten Scanlon, and the illustrator is Simone Shin. So let's start reading. Garden ready, garden new. Garden, so much work to do. Garden rock, garden water, garden son, and garden daughter. Garden dig, garden play, garden filling up the day. Garden bed, garden plot, garden proper, garden not. Look how muddy that garden is. Garden hardly makes a sound, growing slowly underground. Sometimes rainy, sometimes dry. Garden soaking up the sky. Garden path meets garden gate. Garden wait. And wait, and wait. Garden frog! Can you take 3 hops like a frog? Oh, good job! And worm! Can you lay on your tummy and pretend you're a worm? Okay, and bees. What kind of sound do bees make? Oh, you all know, don't you? Garden berries, beets and peas. Garden growing like a child. Rosy, leggy, fresh, and wild. Wild in this muddy mess. Garden, thank you. Garden, yes. And they're eating all the things from the garden. And that's the end of the story.
Hi everybody, I'm Rachel and I'm so glad that you're joining me here today to learn how to make something super fun that I love to make with my little kiddo. And as you guys know, we're celebrating a very important birthday, Bookworm Garden's 10th birthday. And what goes with birthdays better than sprinkles? Now, I know not everybody has sprinkles at home all the time, and I have to keep mine locked up because my kid will go and drink the sprinkles, so we don't have a lot on hand. But there is a way that you can make sprinkles and play with them by using rice. It looks just like sprinkles. It's so fun, and one of the best parts about this, parents, is that you can keep it even after you spend all this time making it, and you can save it and bring it out in 2 months later, and they'll think it's just as fun to play with 2 months later as it is today. So how we do it is we need a couple things. We need rice, and I would suggest using something that's a little bit not as absorbent. Every kind of rice works, so use whatever you have at home. My favorite to use is like a jasmine rice because it holds the colors really well, but use whatever you have. So you need some rice, some plastic baggies if you have them. If not, you can probably do it in a bowl too. That works as well. You just have to have a little more muscle to do it. Some vinegar. If you don't have vinegar, you can also substitute water, not a big deal. And some food coloring. So the first thing that we do is you decide how many colors you want. I'm gonna do 4 colors because I happen to have 4 colors here. Now, this is also a fun time to talk about some color mixing, like what happens when you mix red and blue? Maybe you make a new color. What happens when you mix yellow and green? I don't know. Experiment out. All right, so first thing we need to do is grab a plastic baggie, open it up, and you're gonna put some rice in here. No measuring needed. Just go with the flow on this one. Gonna put a couple scoops in. Now, what color do I want to make first? When I think about the rainbow, the first color is red. So I think I'll do red first. Now, here's where our vinegar comes in. You're gonna use just a little splash. If you don't have vinegar, use water. Just a splash, about a tablespoon-ish. And then I'm gonna add some color. Now, the more drops you use, the brighter it will be. I'm gonna choose to use, let's start with 5 drops. Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is where the magic happens. That rice is still pretty white. What do you think we should do to make it red? We should probably shake it. Do you guys know how to dance? This is where you can do your best shaking dance. Above your head, down below, all around, shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your rice, shake your rice. Okay. What happened? It's starting to turn colors. Now, take a look. If you want it to be even brighter, let's add a couple more drops. This looks a little pink, but I want a little more red. Let's add a couple more drops and see what happens. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your rice. Shake your rice. Oh, that looks pretty good. I think that'll look really good. Now, the next thing we do, it's all wet. We can't play with it quite yet. We're gonna spread it out on this pan. Just dump it right out. Just spread it out a little bit. And we're just gonna let it dry for a while so that it doesn't get our hands all red. You might get a little messy. That's okay. That's what baths are for, especially bubble baths. So the next thing that you do is the same thing with whatever other colors you want. Lay them all out on your tray. I think it's super fun to lay them down in rows of colors. You have all the colors you want. Put them in a big bowl. Put them in a big storage container. Put some funnels in there, some spoons, some mixing cups. My son really likes to put Lego characters in there. Sometimes we like to pretend like we're at the Rainbow Ocean and put fish in there. Do whatever your imagination wants to do, and maybe post a photo so we can see. We'd love to see what's going on with your rainbow rice. So have fun making some beautiful rainbow sprinkles, should we say, and maybe sing happy birthday to Bookworm Gardens while you're playing.
Okay, boys and girls, we're gonna do a poem together now because we have a cake and we have 10 candles. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks for helping. And we've got 10 candles because our Bookworm Gardens is 10 years old. Here's the poem. 10 little candles on a chocolate cake. Blow out 2. All right, you have to help blow them out. Blow. Good job. That's 1. Blow out another one. Oh, good for you. Now, if we blow out 2, now there are how many left? Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good for you. Thank you for helping me. Now we're going to blow out 2 more. Can you blow with me? Can you blow another one? Thank you for helping. Now, I wonder how many are left. Count 6. Did you get 6? Oh, you're such good counters. 6 little candles, and not one more. Blow out 2. Uh-oh, blow harder, harder. Oh, you got it. Blow again. Oh, great. Now there are, I bet you can all count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent counting. 4 little candles, red, white, and blue. Blow out 2. Tell me how many are left. 1, 2. Good job. Now there are 2 little candles standing in the sun. Blow out 2. Blow. Blow. Woo. Harder. Good job. Now, how many are left on our cake? None. Good job. Thank you for helping me.
Hi friends, welcome to Sprouts and Seedlings. I have a special activity for you today. Now we're doing all things birthday, and one thing to remember when you celebrate a birthday is always look your best. So we're gonna do that by creating a special birthday crown. I love dressing up, and I bet you might like dressing up too, and I'm gonna show you how to make your very own birthday crown. Now, we're gonna use things that you probably already have in your house. One thing that I found out makes really good birthday crown is this. I don't know about you, but I sure do love to snack on some cereal. If you have a cereal box at home, this works really well. If you don't have a cereal box at home, no big deal. Just use some paper, any paper, the newspaper if you have to. We'll make it work. Today I'm gonna use a cereal box though. I already have one cut down a little bit. And the first thing you wanna do is decide what shape you want your crown. I like triangles, so I'm gonna do some triangles. A grown-up might need to help you with this, but you know what you could do? Draw the line that you want them to cut, or if you know how to use scissors, ask a grown-up to watch you while you do some cutting. Cut out my shape. When I was thinking about birthday crowns, I was thinking about if I was the queen, what I would like to do for the day. What would you like to do? If you were a queen or king for the day, what would you choose to do? All right, here's the top of my crown. I'm gonna leave the bottom for right now until we figure out how big we need it around your head. Now, if you have paint at home, go ahead and use your paint. If you don't have paint, I have something for you to use that you probably have in your house. Cornstarch, water, and food coloring. I'm gonna start by pouring some water into all of my jars. And these are just little jars that I have around. I actually use them for baby food, so if you have a baby at home, keep your baby food jars. If not, just use whatever you've got. Some cups, whatever. I'm gonna do 3 colors today. I'm gonna do green and blue and red. Now, it's not gonna show up very good if I just have colors and water. So, if we add some cornstarch, when it dries, it looks like this. It makes it a little white and looks chalky. And bonus, parents, this is a super fun activity to do outside on the sidewalk. You can take this paint after you're done painting your crown and go on your sidewalk and paint, and it'll turn into chalk when it dries. It's really beautiful. It's like watercolor chalk. So I'm just adding a little bit of cornstarch, about a tablespoon, no real measurement here, go with the flow. And then we're gonna mix it up. I'm just gonna use my paintbrushes because that's what I have. I'm gonna mix and mix, and it's a little tricky. Kind of have to use your muscles at first because that cornstarch gets really hard. Mix, mix. I'm gonna mix my blue. Oh man, I should have gone to the gym before this. That was tricky. Now, one thing I will tell you is you probably want to add more color than you think, just because with the cornstarch in there, it kind of dilutes it a little bit down. So add a couple extra drops in. Now, go ahead and paint. And the great thing about this paint too is if it gets in a little one's mouth, it's okay. It's just cornstarch and water and food coloring, so it's safe. Go ahead and paint all over, green and blue. Make whatever colors you want. If you want to practice mixing colors, now's a really good time to do that too. Now, it'll look a little bit different as it dries, which is kind of fun too. This works best on like a cardboard because you use a lot of liquid. So if you're doing like a printer paper, you can still try it, but it might take a lot longer to dry and it might be a little bit floppier. But if not, you can still use this paint outside and it's really fun. So that's kind of what it looks like once you start painting. And some other things that I did to my crown that I thought was super fun is I went into my yard. Now, I don't have a ton of flowers blooming because it's been so cold here. I don't have a lot of flowers blooming yet. I found a couple of them and I took them and I thought, what would be better decorations on a birthday crown for celebrating Bookworm Gardens than some things from the garden? So I took off some of my leaves and I just used glue, just plain old glue, and put it down and glued some beautiful leaves. Look at this green leaf. It feels really smooth. It's got a lot of texture on it with those little veins going through the leaf. I'm gonna put that down. Maybe I want, oh, look at this purple, these purple petals. That's beautiful. I'm gonna add that too. Maybe you can go outside on a scavenger hunt and look around in your yard or in your neighborhood and see what you can find to decorate your birthday crown. Some other things that I thought would be fun to decorate. One of my favorite things. Oh, I love that sound. Can you hear it? It sounds so yummy. Sprinkles. And one of the fun things that I discovered while making my crown, which I didn't think was gonna happen, is when these sprinkles get wet, they kind of leave little paint marks. I don't know if you can see it on here, but there, it looks like little paint confetti marks. I thought that was pretty fun. So maybe you can explore putting some sprinkles and some water on top of there and see what happens. All right, are you guys ready? We're gonna do some shaking right on top of my glue. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Any kind of sprinkles that you have, whatever you can think of. Some other things that I thought about putting on top of my crown too. If you don't have a lot of materials, if you don't have a lot of things growing in your garden, cut out things from newspapers or magazines that you think would make beautiful decorations and glue those on. And then, after you're done, have a grown-up help you cut out the bottom, and then they'll put it up to your head and see how far it goes around. Cut it down and then just tape it, and that's it. And then the most important part, make sure you wear your crown with pride, sing happy birthday to whoever you want, because even if it's not somebody's birthday, it's always their unbirthday, and do some celebrating. We can't wait till we see you guys next time in the gardens, and have a beautiful day. Bye.
Now we're going to sing happy birthday to Bookworm Gardens because it's their 10th birthday. We'd like you to sing along with us at home. Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Bookworm Gardens. Happy birthday to you.
Woo!